Hey YouTube, Dusty here, and I'm excited to announce I have officially launched my Patreon page. If you like what I do, you can sign up for tiers like Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Rose to unlock exclusive daily content. You can also unlock unique callers for my new Discord channel. Regardless if you become a patron or not, make sure you stop by and say hello. Hello everyone, Dusty here. I'm excited to announce that KitchenTableMeta is collaborating with Popo's Kitchen, a new site specializing in Dragon Ball Super singles. They have everything from Set 1 tournament promos to Union Force, and even Dash Pack promos. And if that wasn't enough, you can even trade in your old cards for credit. Do you have a playset of Sensu beans you're not using? Turn them into credit and buy that shiny Jiren. Don't forget to tell them Dusty sent you by using the code KitchenTableMeta at the checkout to save 10% on your entire order.
All right, guys, we're getting here really quick. I'll let Chris talk to you. We're getting to the finals. We have Alejandro against Rob. We have
Rob's the one ended up making it out, and they literally just sat him down. We have some things with the stream to get fixed up, but we're going to be able to go here in a second. We're ready. Go ahead. Yeah. So they set him up real quick. They was like, we're too excited. We got to see Cell versus Vegeta. So sadly, our friend David couldn't take down this Vegeta player, but Alejandro, the sole survivor of the Florida gang,
and here we go,
might be able to do it.
Florida versus Rob.
So I'm gonna be honest. It sounds dumb. You can remember when I first started playing Set 1.
Yeah.
I hated seeing Vegeta. I refused to play Vegeta. I was like, I'm not gonna play. Everybody plays it. But now it's a little different.
Yeah, I actually like
now these little cowboy coming in here. Nobody's been seeing Vegeta all day. I'll see how this works out.
I haven't. No, I'll tell you what. I'm surprised you guys are going to be here because I haven't took a look at this deck at all. So I don't know if this is hand destruction. I don't know if this is aggressive. You know
right,
I mean?
We have no idea. We haven't got to see the deck list.
Mm-hmm. Again,
Again, like I said, it started pretty quick. Count out the life here. 7, right?
Yeah, 7.5. We got 7 or 6. 3, 6. 6 on.
I was 6 on it. They're discussing how he got to 6, I guess. He used Vegeta's ability. A little bit of something going on here. But yeah.
Looks like they're talking to the judge. Which is good for us. Gets a little bit of time to catch up.
Good for us. Gets a little time to catch up, man. It was blazing through.
Our brand new Dragon Ball Super game. Please head over to the ART booth for a demo. We have a Dragon Ball Super judge available to teach you all the ins and outs.
So while we figure out what they're doing with the judge, our floor judge should tell us.
The brand new
It seems like maybe one extra life was taken.
Well, it's possible Rob just didn't put another life down. Like he only put 7 down instead of 8. Is my guess what happened.
What happens then?
I don't know.
That's like a game state you can't reverse. That's
once again. Come check out.
See, maybe they started a little bit too fast too.
Yeah, maybe they were too excited. They were excited.
They were too excited. Look at that tattoo, though. I know it's gonna be off a little schedule. Look at that Gara.
I know, it's sick.
It is very nice.
Yeah, it's very well done.
Rob, congratulations on that amazing tattoo.
Whether you win the finals or not, you still win the finals with the best tattoo.
Yeah, you win the tattoo stream trophy.
You get nothing. Sorry.
You get nothing, sir. Willy Wonka.
All right.
All right, yeah. So we're waiting. I think that it's actually a big judge call here, so we're waiting on it. Yeah, this is top 2. This is the grand finals. Just waiting on to see this judge ruling.
Yeah, see what's happening. Looks like my guess is that Rob accidentally put 1 less life down.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have more cards in hand. If it was a cards thing, they would already know that.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have been able to look back, count the cards, and see that he's put too many cards down. But we'll see.
Yeah. I'm not hearing anything back. Like you said, and the thing is, like, you can't.
It's just like a very. This is actually hand destruction. I see Broly's in his hand.
You saw it? Oh, you were so excited. That is your deck. That is your deck. He took the Gen Con. Made it to the finals.
Yeah.
It is consistently. We went to a case tournament at the very beginning of Set 2. You know, when everything was, it was a new frontier. And guess what won it?
Yeah.
Hand destruction.
It was 2 in the finals.
It was 2 in the finals. Hand destruction. Vegeta still doing well. So you can see here it's
now what I'm worried about though is honestly the worst matchup for hand destruction Vegeta is Cell, because he can kill your Broly's before you can evolve them.
Right.
So it's not that it's a bad matchup. It just slows it down. Right.
Slows down heavily.
And Vegeta has no answer to Cell. The Cell evolve.
Yeah.
So, I think honestly the Cell player might be a little well positioned, but honestly he just beat
the same deck.
So there's something going on.
Top 4.
Right.
So maybe there's something we're missing. Yeah, they're still trying to figure it out here. Haven't heard anything back from our floor judge yet, guys. We'll let you know as soon as we can.
Yeah, like I said, my guess is that he just accidentally put down 1 less life, and they're trying to figure out maybe how to remedy that situation. It's probably pretty doesn't happen often, honestly.
Doesn't-
Usually
yeah.
somebody catches it.
Usually somebody catches it beforehand before you take the first life. Rob seems to be a little flustered by it.
Yeah, it
but
does seem flustered.
I would be
reasonable.
flustered too.
I mean, you gotta think this is your first finals, first regional.
Yeah, very big stuff.
You, know, you have a lot on your mind.
It's confirmed. You
You're
started
probably-
with 7 life.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yeah, so that's how I figured it happened. So that,
Yeah.
yeah, we were on board there. So it's confirmed. He started with 7 life.
And we're just waiting to see what kind of ruling will be made. I think they're still talking about it, to be honest. Man, that sucks.
It does, but you know, again, I think of Rob. He's probably a little flustered, a little nervous. Also, he's on stream. First time he's been on stream.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Also, you know, he just beat this deck. So
Yeah,
maybe, maybe he's feeling good. He's like, you know, I'm so excited. I
He's
just want
like,
to get
I
in
got
this.
this. There's a ton of players gathered around the table too, which could add to the anxiety. I know, you know, if there are a ton of people watching me from the back, it causes me to maybe, you know, play a little bit more nervously, maybe not set up a little bit as well. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
It looks like they're still figuring it out. See what happens. So what happened is he did start with 7 life. So we got that one right, Chris.
Yep.
And he says the cell player realized it when he asked for life after he charged. So essentially he charged, how much life do you have? And he goes, I have 6. And he goes, but how do you have 6?
And right now there was a game loss that was issued. And right now it's being appealed to the head judge. So we're waiting on that to go through right
so
now.
essentially what happened was Greg Cross, our stream judge, just said, okay, it's a game loss. It's too hard to repair, it's too hard to fix. And so, you know, Rob appealed it to the head judge, and the head judge, you know, Maxwell Williams, is trying to figure that out, trying to go through it. First regionals.
Yeah, we're figuring out things here. It's Trill.
You hate to see a game loss on finals.
You hate to see it on finals as a fan. You hate to see it, you know, for Rob. And the thing is, like, Rob, it was an honest mistake. It's not like he was detrimentally trying to. I mean, who wants to start with less life?
Right. Yeah, right, exactly. It's not like he has an advantage by doing it. So it's.
So they were looking down to see if it was in the floor, maybe. But.
All right. Actually, it looks like Max is actually now going to the second head judge. They're going to, you know, figure it out together.
Sure.
They're going to do this, you know, as fair as possible.
Yeah, and so with it not being on purpose, it's impossible to repair the game state though, because those those 8 cards, excuse me, that have to come out for your life change how you draw. So essentially, for Rob, it is going to be really hard to come back from that mental-wise if he does get the game loss.
Right.
Because he knows it's his fault. He knows that he is in the finals. The first dragon, he's so close.
He is so close
to winning. However, it's not over if he does get a game loss.
No, it's absolutely not
he
over.
has. It just puts him a little bit behind.
But it might be over mentally. You know what I mean?
That's what I was bringing up. Like if I was in that situation, I mean, I've been there.
Right.
And
I've just seen that happen to you.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
It's
the magic
for
term.
me. I don't know, because it was my fault, and because, you know, it wasn't like I did anything on purpose. It just happened. Kind of just let it go.
Well, I mean, you know, as a player, that's why it's, and like you said, it's an extremely good point to bring up. I mean, you know, as far as whose mistake it is, 100% Rob's mistake. You know, I'm not trying to say that, you know, it's anyone else's fault, but I think that it is important to realize that, you know, as a competitive player, especially in the finals, take some time, double check. You know, I always count my life every time, just to make sure it's there. I always do that.
I do too after I lay it down. But you know, there's a lot of stuff going on too. I mean, they're setting up for a stream. They're probably talking, looking at each other's deck. He's probably analyzing Alejandro's deck list, make sure it's the same as the other guys, from what we understand. And you know, a lot of people gathering around. Again, like I said, the people gathering around, making sure his cards are in frame for the camera, could cause. You know, there's a lot more going on here than him just sitting at round 2 of the starting of the regional. So and it's been a long day 1, coming into day 2. How much sleep did you get?
Super long game 1.
Yeah,
yes,
how much
sir.
sleep did you get? So we're still waiting on the official ruling here. But we'll find out for you guys as soon as we can.
Meanwhile, there is the third place game going on. That's between the PPG player as well. So
there's a third place game?
Yeah, there's a third place game because I think there's
because there's a trophy for third place.
Trophy for
so it would be David versus Jorge.
Yeah.
So again, the same matchup we just watched last round.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's something to also think
what
about.
What does third place get? Anything different than just a trophy?
I think they get maybe some more booster packs, maybe some more of the zero cost the prize cards as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and they get a trophy. Third place trophy. They're very awesome. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw them. They were pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're real sick. We're gonna go ahead and again. I'm glad to see Max and them taking some time here because
it's a big decision.
It shows the professionalism of the judge.
It shows the professionalism. It shows you trying to get it right in your first regional. It's going to set the precedent for the rest of the future regionals. How this is rolled.
Jim McMahon up to the stage, please. Jim McMahon up to the stage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right, Max, coming over, let us know that they are still debating. They're still going over it.
They're still going over it.
Like Chris said, they want to make sure they get this ruling right, guys. They don't want it to affect future regionals. They want to make sure they get this right.
Yeah.
Big deal in the finals.
They want to be fair to everybody involved. Right. Alejandro, Rob, all the competitors that played before into the game itself. So
right. No, it's a big deal, and it's also one of those things where they want to make sure that no player feels like the ruling's incorrect. They can take their time.
Right.
I love to see the order of operations happen too. The stream judge made a call. This is the finals. They let the stream judge make the call. Then Rob felt like, you know what? I don't want to lose a game here. I want to appeal it. So went to Max.
Which you always have the right to do.
Right. And Max is like, you know what? This is a huge decision. This is a big deal. I'm going to get the second head judge involved. Right. And that's why we have these. And it might look like you just put judges, put shirts on them and go, oh, yeah, you guys are this stuff. But no, this is why we have that hierarchy. That's why we have that operations. And it's very professional. Very exciting. One of the biggest pluses to any card game is the judging staff. It's important to have that, and it's I'm excited to see how professional they're acting.
Yep.
Actually, head judges still debating. Let's take some questions in chat, guys. At KitchenTableMeta, make sure you guys ask some questions about this final match. Again, we have a little bit more time to talk about this matchup, which makes me excited because we got rushed into it before trying to get things set for the stream. One of our webcams got unplugged.
So one of the things you always said was if it was Cell card destruction versus Vegeta card destruction, you liked Cell.
Yeah,
because he could kill the Broly's and slow him down.
Right. Yeah, because essentially what happens here is that the Vegeta player wants to play out his one-drop, Broly's. He wants to play those out. I'm just going to switch this up here. He wants to play out those one-drop threats. So he wants to play out one-drop Broly, go out, gets Bio Broly, play Bio Broly on top of that, discard 2 cards out of his opponent's hands, and then the next turn play out Big Broly on top of that, discard 2 more. Now, a lot of times what happens though is the Cell player can just set back with a card in his hand, wait until they play out Broly, and then just put a card under Cell and kill it. And that shuts down that entire evolution chain, shuts down the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now the hand destruction deck is a little bit slower than Cell. Cell can do his on turn 3, where Vegeta has to take multiple turns to do it. So what I like about Blue-Green Vegeta is it's a little bit better matchup against Ginyu, but I think it's a little bit weaker matchup to Cell. So essentially, Cell has like the Hail Mary plays. They're like, here's my big 7-drop, discard down to 3. Where Blue-Green Vegeta says, I'm going to make you discount to no cards in hand over the course of the entire game. And so they build up to it. Now, what scares me is that Vegeta has no answer to the 7-drop Cell. He plays it out. He doesn't have like a cold bloodlust. He has no way to really take advantage of that. And a lot of times, Vegetas love to awaken quick. They love to get through their cards. And when they're doing that, they're actually they're the most vulnerable to the Cell. And so it seems like a very favored matchup.
The game loss was...
Yeah, it looks like the game loss was confirmed.
Yeah.
So it looks like we'll be going to game 2. You hate to see that, but again, it's at the end of the day, nerves do play a role as far as tournament goes. I'll talk about it all the time on the stream, but sometimes when you go into these big events, it's better to play a faster deck that might pilot itself because mental fatigue is huge in these matchups. They really are. I've seen it time and time again. A player, do really well day 1, but they're exhausted. They go into game 2 and they just, they don't have the mental state to be able to make it, to the top 8.
Right. So they're going to sideboard here. The thing about his deck that's different than I've seen in a lot of card destruction, he has critical Vegetas.
Yes.
Which it looks like he just took all of them out.
Yeah, it seems pretty bad in the Cell matchup because he can kill them, so you're not going to get a lot of value out of them. But they are very good in certain matchups. Against a Ginyu matchup, for example. Against Ginyu, you just want to make them use as many of their cold Bellis cards as you can and make sure they get not much value out of that. And what happens is 3-drop Vegeta Critical Strike puts a lot of pressure on Ginyu, makes him use a lot of cards out of his hand, and so it's very good in that matchup. And I'm sure Rob thought, you know what? The first ever regionals, Tricolor Ginyu is probably going to be pretty popular.
Yeah.
So you probably decided to main board those.
I think perhaps Vegeta, I may have saw him put in 4 Jockos. I don't know if those are in a sideboard, but
yeah, Jocko's
he might have
great
taken
in
out
this
4
matchup.
and then put 4 in.
Yeah, Jocko's great in this matchup because it allows you to deal with TN. We talked about that a lot. We've seen it happen a lot with the cell matchups.
Yeah.
And that's just a big thing about this matchup. But because what happens is Vegeta awakens very quickly. He has the ability to self-awaken. He has the ability to get there. And the way that Cell wants to combat that is with the 7-drop Cell to discard his hand back down, and also to be able to awaken quickly himself,
TN.
which he's able to do with TN. Right. And so to have a counter to TN is great because you can't have a counter to the Cell, but you can counter the TN. So 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Yeah. And he gets rid of the 4 cards that you said don't really get much value because they just get eaten or destroyed by a cell.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And essentially, even with TN as well, TN can awaken cell very quickly, and that can also make the critical card not as good as well.
Sure.
So we're getting ready to go into game 2 here, guys. Super excited. The first ever finals. RG presents Dragon Ball Super card game regionals here at Hartford, Connecticut. I love it. For some reason, like Hartford, Connecticut just rolls off the tongue. I just love saying that. It just sounds so great. It's so amazing. I love it. So we're going to get into the game, guys. We're going to switch over to the gameplay, get you guys ready to go. Again, we have Alejandro Mena, blue-green Cell on the left. I need to fix the life. And then Rob Caporino, blue-green Vegeta on the right. Let's see what happens.
Dusty, I'm going to have to give you a game loss for having the life messed up.
No!
2 little life.
Let's see what happens. Looks like Rob is deciding to keep 3. Mulligan 3. 50% mulligan. Now, I'm not sure what version of Blue Green Vegeta that Rob is running, but you like to see objection odds, especially against Cell, because it allows you to ditch your hand so you don't have to discard as many cards to 7-drop.
There's that, and then it sets you up for
quicker discard.
To get set up way quicker, for sure.
Definitely. So very exciting. I'm very excited to see what happens here. Excited to see what
Look at that.
Counting the life. There he goes, Rob, making sure he doesn't make the same mistake twice.
He really needed. And I was about to bring up. I wonder how many people in the audience on Twitch right now counted those life up.
Oh yeah.
To make sure, because we want to catch that stuff early. I wish we would have been able to,
Oh, it actually looks like. Rob has a spicy version of this deck. I just saw it with that.
The Champa?
Yeah, it looks like he's running a hybrid version of this deck that I really like. And that might actually be why it has a little bit better matchup against Cell. Looks like he's running Kells and Gohan criticals. I think I saw both of those in his hand. Plus, he has 2 Champas in hand. And so it looks like he's going to put a lot of pressure on Cell here and then use the discard in order to win combat.
Sure.
Which is super smart.
Sure.
Essentially, he's doing essentially the same thing that Cell wants to do, except maybe a little more. He's doing it with multiple threats instead of just that one big threat. So very smart.
And then we saw the objection.
What was it?
We see the objection being played.
Right. Give us 1 second, guys. We have a mic issue. Hang on 1 second. All right, guys, sorry about that. We got everything fixed. Sorry about that, guys. We had
a couple turns, but the TN did come out, and the Cell player is at 4 life now, and we have the Vegeta down to 4 also, it looks like. So both at 4, both can be awoken at this point. The Cell has already awoken.
All right, so you have the red player coming down here to 4 as well. So 4 to 4.
Yep.
Honestly, Vegeta's looking pretty good in this matchup right now. Don't see no small Cell coming out. He's going to awaken, draw 2. Very ambitious play here by Rob, again, because he's essentially drawing 2 cards going into a possible Cell turn.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful with that, guys. That's one way to get around the Cell is to not awaken and play around it. But it looks like he has the ability to dump a lot of these cards out of his
he's
hand.
going to be putting them on the field. He's running Beerus, too, as an ender.
Which is 7-drop?
The 7-drop Beerus, yeah, it's in his energy. So, and it runs Goatings. Did I see a Goatings? Yeah.
Yeah, Gotenks there too. Very spicy deck.
Very, yeah, it's very
it's a hybrid in between like.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on here. So we're tapping 2.
Play out the Goku, the drama card here.
Okay.
Ooh, decided maybe not to do that.
He's like, never mind.
I think he really needs to use as many of these cards as he can, and maybe he might decide to go in a little bit with some of these Champas here. Deal 2 critical damage on the cell could be devastating.
Yeah, I mean that's what I like when I play Vegeta. That's like my prime play because he has no energy open to counter it. Did you use? Yeah, I think he was just confirming. Did you use crit?
Yeah,
It's like yes, I did. And then I pushed through here. 2 critical damage is huge. Nah, just the 1. That's all right. I mean, I didn't pilot this deck.
Right.
I didn't make it to the finals. This guy knows better than me.
He knows exactly what's going on. I promise.
Yeah, he knows.
This deck looks spicy.
He just beat this deck.
Yeah.
He just beat this deck last round. He knows how to do it.
Yeah, I like that this deck isn't as reliant on hand destruction. It's using hand destruction to end the game with threats, which I think is a very smart, good evolution of the deck.
Yeah, and then he still has that. He still has that Beerus just in case he comes down to that.
Yeah.
And Alejandro being down to 3 is a big deal. They're both not at 4, so that causes a lot of different things going on.
Right. I'm sorry. Anyway, right.
Because essentially, it only takes a double striker and 1 single strike with your leader now to win. Exactly how Alejandro and the Cell players were doing it.
Right.
So you would swing in and then you get in with the Champa.
Right.
The Champa makes anything a double strike. You just need two single strikes and you feel safe and then you go in. So we see the Cell going all the way up. Oh goody!
Here it comes. Like we just talked about this too. I think Rob made a little bit of a misplay awakening there. I think it's okay to stay on awaken so you draw 2 more cards.
So
this looks pretty bad for Rob.
So yeah, because he doesn't have the Cell to come back and do it right back. You know what I mean?
But he does have Kel to come back. He will draw a card off of Kel, which is important. He'll draw another card off Vegeta since Vegeta's awakened.
Yeah, he can keep like. Well, let's see how many energy you will have. Kel costs 4.
Yeah, so he
needs a 1 drop.
He might choose to keep. He might choose to keep both Champas here and the Kel, and then try to just win off double strike, critical double strike.
If when he plays the Kel, he'd have to sacrifice it, right? Or do you not have to?
Oh, you're right.
He needs a 1 drop.
Yeah, you're right because the cell kill, the 5-drop cell killed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's going to need a 1 drop to be able to feed the Kel. But you're exactly right. It could get him right back in the game. Yeah. He just needs to.
He needs a 1 drop. So
he needs a 1 drop.
Like a Boo.
He needs a Boo. He needs a Bulma. I don't know if he plays Bulma. I see Whis in there, I think. So I'm assuming Bulma's in the deck. Yeah. Especially with the whole.
Whis is a good keep. You can essentially kill the Cell here.
Yeah.
Which is good. See if Alejandro decides to attack in or not.
Yeah.
Giving your opponent 2 more cards after you just make him discard 3 is very risky. But also it's very tempting because it's very possible. And we'll see if I can't see if Alejandro has a Champa in hand because it's possible he can just end the game right here. Discards his opponent down to 3.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because again, I keep forgetting because I'm so used to Cell.
You don't think it's going to be as aggressive as it is. Yeah.
Half the time they don't even swing with their big Cell. They wait till a couple turns later to take you down.
So he's not keeping the Beerus.
He's not keeping the Kel got discarded too.
Kel got discarded as well. So it looks like he might be keeping a counter, which is smart, and a Champa.
Yeah.
So we knew he was going to keep a Champa.
Yeah, we knew that Champa was staying in his hand because all he needs is 1 more threat next turn and he can still win.
I think if I was him, I think I would have kept everything he kept. I like it. I just would have kept the Beerus. That way I have a way to remove this Cell. But again, Rob is the pilot. He knows what's going on. He draws take the 2 cards. Drew another Chomp off.
And then he's going to counter the
Cell attack.
The Cell attack, yeah. He doesn't want to go down to 1.
Yeah, it looks like Alejandro does not have a Chomp in hand, but he might draw 1 here. See what happens. Drew 2 doctors off the top.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Doc.
That's the turn. Plays a Boo out of his hand. Ready the Boo, I'm sorry.
Counter's going down.
Now we're going down. This might be super aggressive.
Using Vegeta's ability.
Here we go.
Dropping Gotenks.
Ready 2. This is for possible 4 damage. His opponent is tapped out.
His opponent is tapped out, so he's going for the win here.
Right, he's definitely going for the win here. He feels like he cannot survive another turn, which against the Cell deck is pretty wise.
Yeah.
It's a very devastating deck. So he's going to attack 15, draw a card, so he draws.
He let it through, so he's just going
to... that Kel.
He's going to pump him.
Kel's important draw here because the Kel is a 0-cost combo card.
Yeah. Oh, rough. The Jocko.
It is rough.
Then we have a 0-cost 10K, and then that's it.
That's the finals, guys.
Alejandro and Florida take it.
PPG taking the finals.
The Cell deck.
2-0. Cell deck came through. I mean, I tell you. I'd say Rob's deck looked really cool. I like it.
It looked very cool. Sadly, we didn't get to see it for the full, at least 2 matches. 2 games, but very good. The sale is just so devastating.
It's so devastating. It's so easy for it
so
to
devastating. But
Rob looked a little flustered that match.
He looked a little
He looked a little flustered, which we knew was probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But, you know, that's what happmes sometimes. Sometimes, I mean, you come to play in these big tournaments, and things like that can happen. You know,
Exactly.
Day 2, you play they've played, 26 games of Dragon Ball?
Yeah, depending on how many matches they played and how long they went to time, because each round was an hour long.
Right.
So they're definitely...
if you're at home, try to sit down and play 20 matches of Dragon Ball and see how much...
see how hard that is for you.
How mentally exhausted you are after that.
One after another, It's not like you just, So, I mean, the tournament seemed sweet.
Super
like that cell deck, way different than I've ever seen a
definitely
cell
different
been
than I
played
ever
before.
imagined.
That Vegeta deck looked amazing. Androids were cool.
Androids were super neat.
Yeah.
I actually might go home and start playing a little bit of Android.
Yeah, a little bit of Android
I'm
action.
actually excited about Android.
Yeah.
I like Android a little bit. Guys, remember, ask some questions at KitchenTableMeta in the chat. We'll try our best to maybe get Alejandro in the chat to talk a little bit about the deck. But I know that maybe it's a little bit shy. He said he was a little bit shy. I think whenever he played against...
I don't know if Alejandro was... Yeah, give him a round of applause. Sorry, guys. They were just announced it. I don't know if he was... I think he might be fine to come on, but he might be busy, though.
Right.
With Bandai
I'm taking a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, they're taking a bunch of pictures. They want to make sure he's there. But a big congratulations to him.
Definitely, that's super awesome. Well deserved. We watched him a lot of matches. He did a great job.
Every time. He definitely knew what he was doing with the deck. Like in the last run we watched with him, one of the things we didn't really speak on too much is he kept himself at 4 energy.
Yeah.
And because he knew the deck, he was a master of the deck. He knew he didn't need any more energy than that. Most people just keep dropping energy to play more, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to miss that energy drop. I don't want to skip it, but he knew what he was doing, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know. Because I know we asked for him to come on whenever he played David, or no. Oh crap! There was the first round we played.
It was David and
no, it was
You're right.
It was David. You're right.
Yeah,
and David said he didn't want to be on.
Yeah, he didn't want to be, but we weren't sure about Alejandro, so we could ask him.
Yeah,
but again, like I said, I think it's going to be a.
Alejandro is your guys' ARG Dragon Ball Super Regional Hartford, Connecticut champion.
He's a champion.
He's a champion,
he
guys.
won.
He did it.
He did.
Taking it home for PPG.
Yeah.
Dang you, PPG. Going, so that means they're taking a champion back to Florida to possibly get another champion.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Orlando.
That's pretty exciting. All right, guys. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to put the stream title up a little bit, guys. Yeah, definitely big shout out, guys, to all the PPG guys.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic showing.
Yeah,
they did a great job here at the event. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially put the thing up, maybe put like a 10-minute, 15-minute timer. We're going to go talk a little bit to the tournament organizers and stuff. And I'll definitely try to get like maybe Jim on the stream, maybe Maxwell on the stream, somebody on here from the staff.
Or the winner to
sit down and talk to a little bit. And then that'll be it. That'll be it for the stream.
That'll be the end of the stream.
That'll be it for the stream.
If you guys want to stick around for that, that's awesome.
Yeah,
We'll be back in
thank you so much for having us. Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for casting with me. Gives my voice a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
after
you're probably destroyed.
Yeah, I'm a little destroyed.
But yeah, so we'll be back in like 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, probably 10 minutes or so. 10, 15 minutes.
So trying to have somebody come up and talk with you guys.
All right, guys, we'll see you soon.